As long as my hair looks good.
It looks fantastic.
Good. I don't think I can even say some of those things. I got my first bass guitar in 1995, which I was 13.
All right. Thanks for joining me, man.
Thanks for having me here.
What's your name and where are you from?
Marcelo Bakos. I'm born and raised in São Paulo, Brazil. To be more specific, Brazil is just like United States. A lot of people don't know, but there's states over there too. I was born in the state of São Paulo, but I was born outside of the big city of São Paulo in a city called São José dos Campos, which if you translate that in English would be Saint Joseph of the Fields. So okay. Yes.
That's your hometown?
Born and raised. Not raised, actually. I moved to São Paulo, the city, when I was a kid, which is like, if you don't know, it's like New York State and New York City. So we have the São Paulo City.
Okay.
So I was born outside of São Paulo City, and then I moved to the city, and pretty much that's where I grew up.
Are your parents from the same area?
My mom is from where I was born, and my dad is from the city. Fun fact, I'm adopted. So my parents don't look nothing like me physically.
Okay. Do you have any siblings?
Yes, I have a younger sister and an older brother. Since I met my biological family, I found out that I have two other brothers.
How long have you been in Nashville?
I've been in Nashville since 2010, which is like 15 years. My grandfather used to play piano.
Okay.
I guess my mom sang a little bit, but it was not really strong enough for me to pick up an instrument. It was other things that happened for me to do that.
What is your main instrument?
I'm a bass player. I love everything low end. I even like the sound of my voice, which is very deep. So that's how much of a bass, the bass sound is just always been a thing to me.
Do you play any other instruments?
I do play another instrument, not very well. I do play an acoustic guitar, which I picked up because someone needed for a gig, and I just said that I knew how to play. So I literally just learned. I remember like the lady called me and said, hey, I need an acoustic guitar player. And then I was like, how much you paying? And then she said, whatever X. And then I was like, I play acoustic guitar. And then my ex-wife at the time looks at me after I hang up the phone. She's like, you don't even own an acoustic guitar. And I was like, well, tomorrow I will. And boom, start playing. And of course, when I went to college too, I had to learn another instrument besides bass. So yes, I would say acoustic guitar is my second instrument.
And by the way, that's how a lot of us end up getting gigs, is by telling just a little fib. and then we got to deliver somehow, right?
Totally true.
Did you take any formal lessons for bass?
I did, but I'm kind of a rebel. Unfortunately, that's like my personality. But I did have some formal training, and I was heard many times from teachers that I have a very good technique. And many times people here in Nashville play for 12 hours sometimes, and I'd done it in the past, and I never felt any pain. So I feel like I had a great technique for that.
What was the first album you remember owning?
And Justice for All by Metallica, which is really funny for a bass player because there's no bass.
There's no bass in it at all, right? That was, I think that was 1988 when that came out.
Yep.
Okay.
First album with Jason Newsted.
Uh-huh.
And I don't know if I can say names here, but someone in the band decided to put all the bass out of the record.
I know who you're talking about. And I hope he's watching this. I hope he sees this.
Yeah.
Do you still have that album?
I believe it or not, I got the album in 1995. That was my first CD.
First CD, okay.
First CD. And I still have it, not here in America, in my parents' house in Brazil. I believe the first song I learned how to play on the bass, it was Basket Case by Green Day. But I'm also conflicted because that was another song that I learned at the time, who was super simple, but it was a band from Brazil. And it was a song that I learned, it's like a rock song. So it's either that or Basket Case. I don't remember exactly, but it's one of the two.
Okay. And who's that? Mike Dirnt, bass player of Green Day?
Yeah. Yes, but I did not learn with the pick.
Oh, okay.
I played Basket Case with the fingers.
With your fingers?
Yes.
Do you remember your very first gig?
So I do remember my very first one. It was in 1995 or 6. And I was this Battle of the Bands at the school. And we got second place. And I was so proud of myself. I was 14 at the time. And it was in my city, the city that I was living in, São Paulo.
How old were you when you first learned to play? When you first picked up the bass guitar?
I got my first bass guitar in 1995, which I was 13.
And just 1 year later, you were already in Battle of the Bands?
In the Battle of the Bands, getting second place.
Not bad.
Well.
Or was it bad?
I think the other bands are not great either.
All right, Marcelo. What kind of kid were you in high school?
The worst kid. I got kicked out from the school twice.
You got kicked out of school?
Twice. I give my parents a lot of hard time. They blessed my mom because even though I knew I was wrong most of the time, she would still defend me. And they said, your son is just impossible. He's got to get out of here. You know, I went to Catholic school, got kicked out from Catholic school. But believe it or not, most of the principal always liked me because he's like, he's not the fit for this school. But he's actually a good kid. Which is like, make no sense.
Just not enough for this school.
Not for this school. My brother at some point, you know, my mom at some point, my grandfather, I had musicians that, you know, I don't really had one idol. I feel like I had several people that I was like, wow, that's pretty cool.
Just
maybe
a lot of good influences all around.
Yes, maybe one day I can be a little bit like this. If I have to pick one, I would say Metallica for one reason. Metallica is the reason why I even decided to do anything to do with music. You know, I'm not gonna say they're the biggest influence I have these days, or even for many years. But the first time I saw them and heard them, I was like, what is this? I want to do this for a living.
That thrash just hit you.
Yes.
At a young age.
But that was definitely the starting point of my music journey, I guess.
Do you remember the moment you wanted to do this for the rest of your life?
I actually do. It was 1991. I was 9 years old. I think Fred Mercury just passed away at the time, and they had like a tribute show. And that's when I saw Metallica playing, performing. And I was like, oh God, when I grow up, I want to do that.
Did they play, was that Stone Cold Crazy? I think they covered that.
No, I don't remember exactly what they did, but I remember they played Enter Sandman too.
Okay.
It was like a Wembley Stadium, something like that.
Yeah.
And I was like, whoa, that's it. I want to be on stage like those guys. And I ended up playing country music for a living.
Don't we all? We all gravitate towards that, you know.
Right.
Tell me about any day jobs you've had in the past.
All right, this is pretty tricky and pretty interesting. I'm not going to say everything because we don't have the luxury of time. But I tell you this, when I was living in Florida before I moved to Tennessee, like I was married, and my ex-wife was like, "You gotta get a job." And it's like, I can't. And she's right. She's not even wrong. She was right. It was like, I gotta get a job. She doesn't want to be my sugar mama. I understand. So, of the many jobs I had, I was working at AC company, installing AC units. So I got fired from the company, but I didn't want to let her know. So for 3 weeks, I would leave my house earlier because usually I have to be earlier than her to go to my work. So I would wake up earlier, drive around the neighborhood until like she left for work. And then I would come back and go back to sleep. And then she would go back home later. It's like, how was work? I was like, it was hard, but I'm here. But in the meantime, I keep calling people, hey, I need to get a job. You need to get a job. Because it's like, it's like, well, what happened to the AC company? It's like, no, I got fired. I was like, what do you tell your wife? It's like, I haven't told her yet.
She doesn't know yet.
I had no idea for 3 weeks until finally I got another job. And then I told her that I wasn't work there anymore. But that's like one of the main exams. Maybe that's why she dumped me. Well, that's exactly why she dumped me. But yeah, so I had a lot of day jobs that didn't care for. I'm really into classical music again, which I wasn't as a kid. And then I kind of left this behind. And I'm listening to Botticini. I'm a double bass player, so it's Marcelo, which is my same name as me. It was make it easy to remember who I might listen to. I'm listening to a lot of classical, but at the same time, I'm listening to a lot of metal. I love Periphery. I went to see Spirit Box with Periphery last week. Spirit Box is a badass band. Love it. But I also listen to a lot of jazz too. I like everything.
Yeah.
Not a hater. Like, for example, I love country music. I love Chris Stapleton. I think Chris Stapleton is fantastic. And I listen every now and then. Like, it depends on the mood I am. I listen to musicals.
Okay.
I love the Phantom of the Opera. My daughter got me into Hamilton. There's no hate here for any style of music.
Where was that show, the Periphery show? Where did you see them?
I saw them at the Pinnacle. Is that what you call?
Oh, the brand new.
Yeah, that place is fantastic.
Okay.
The first time I've been there, it was like great. And I was backstage for a second. I walked in there with Corbin, and
another Mohawk.
Yeah, the white version though. And then walked by Emily, by Evanescence, and then I realized that I was not supposed to be backstage. Yeah, and then I was like, "This is Emily. I don't think we should be here." So then we go back and watch the concert. It was phenomenal.
Cool. If you were not a musician, what would you be doing?
I love acting. I started doing improv, and I did a showcase back in July, and it was so much fun that I want to keep doing that. I don't think that would pay off work-wise, but it's something, I guess, would be a hobby. I don't know, something that I love to do. And yeah, I don't see myself doing anything else besides acting or playing music.
Just on the creative side,
on the creative side. I can be writing. I like to write movies. I write a lot of short movies.
Oh, excellent. Okay.
I haven't wrote anything that was worth to shit yet.
Well, I know a guy with a couple of movie cameras.
That's perfect. That's perfect.
Did you go to college?
I did go to college for a year. Yeah. Music, studying Brazilian jazz. Never once played this kind of stuff since I left.
Kind of like high school. I mean, nobody uses algebra past 12th grade. 12th grade.
True.
Did you go to college in
Brazil?
In Brazil? Okay.
Yes. I'm not 100% sure if it was AC/DC or if it was Iron Maiden. Yeah, so I think that's my first concert, Monsters of Rock, in 1995 or 96. I do not remember the exact year, but the headliner was Iron Maiden. And then right before, Motorhead, which it was like, I mean, both. And then before Motorhead was Skid Row.
Hell yes.
Which was like, the funny thing is, like, I don't have anything against Skid Row, but I remember people throwing shit on them and just cursing and saying bad names that we cannot say here right now. And then I think they left earlier. They stopped their show early because people were just throwing shit on them and saying, get the fuck out of the stage.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
They wanted the main event.
Well, it was like, the main was definitely Iron Maiden.
Okay.
And then, yeah, they were like two before. It was like Iron Maiden and then Motorhead before and then Skid Row.
Damn. Okay.
The very first time I've seen Slipknot live performing was in 2019, which is blew. It was like, wait, I should have done this guy. I should have seen these guys a long time ago.
Yeah,
like, I love them, but I never seen them until 2019 in Atlanta. I drove to Atlanta. They touched me so much, music-wise, that I start crying in the end. And even though people were like, "Oh, Marcelo he's like." He doesn't feel anything. Everything is right. I was like, no, I'm very, very emotional. And I start crying because I thought it was the coolest, the best thing I ever seen in my entire life. And I remember my friend was next to me, was like, are you crying? I was like, no, are you crying? No. Why would I be crying?
I'm not crying, you're crying.
And I was like a little baby. And I was totally crying because it was like, I thought it was so beautiful. That was so beautiful. And it was like, Slipknot, Gojira, which is like, oh my God, that drummer from Gojira is insane. Volbeat, Gojira, and then Slipknot. Yeah, I would say that's the best show. Just because I say I don't think any other show I cry like I cry watching Slipknot.
So from the first concert to the best concert you've seen, you're just getting your ass kicked left and right.
all
by
the
all
time.
Those heavy bands, right?
Yeah. I don't have a specific era that I like. I like all of it. You know, I like 70s, I like 80s, I like 90s, I like early 2000s, I like 2000s, whatever right now. You know, every era, there's something that I like. Even people's like, oh my God, this is not original, traditional. I was like, my ears, it feels great to my experience, it's great.
Yeah, a good song is a good song. No matter the genre or the decade it came out of.
Yes.
Came out. Okay. Did you have dreams of doing anything in particular after high school?
Not after high school, but before. For some reason, I wanted to be a firefighter. I don't know why.
You wanted to save lives?
I guess I always like, read comics. I want to be a superhero. I always thought that that's the closest to being a real superhero.
Absolutely, yeah. Live and breathe and superhero. Yeah. Okay. That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
In your chosen profession as a full-time musician, what would you do differently, if anything?
If I could go back in time and fix a few things, I would definitely play many gigs sober. I feel like there's something that I've done it many times, and I am not happy. I'm embarrassed that many gigs that I play drunk, and I'm ashamed.
You're not the only one, and that's unfortunately can be a problem for a lot of us, a lot of musicians.
Yeah,
that makes a lot of sense.
Something that I would change if I could change.
Yeah,
unfortunately, I can't. I can just move forward. I can never go back.
For sure. Yeah. Thanks for sharing.
Mm-hmm.
What made you want to become a musician?
I really don't know. One day I woke up, I was like, I want to be like those guys on stage. And that's what I did since day one.
Yeah, you saw them and you're like, that's exactly what I want to do.
That's what I want to do. My biggest music influence, there's several. I have a big tattoo of Jaco Pastorius.
Okay.
Bass player.
Sure. Yeah.
Jimi Hendrix of the bass, for who doesn't know this.
Yeah.
And then I have a big Iron Maiden tattoo right here too. Then I got into Mr. Big, which Billy Sheehan is a big influence on me too, especially when I overplay all the time. And
he's a resident of Nashville.
he does
now,
live in Nashville. And Dream Theater.
Absolutely, yeah.
Since I got into, I still been a fan of even though when Mark Portnoy left for a while, and I like Mangini as a drummer, but I did not like very much the Dream Theater with Mangini. But still, I went to all the concerts.
Okay.
But Dream Theater is definitely, I would say, my main influence right now for a long time. But of course, I love like Mark Miller, you know. I like so many things, man. I don't really have like a specific, I got into so many things.
Yeah.
So like, I like reggae, you know.
Is John Myung, is he the bass player for
Dream Theater?
Dream Theater?
Yes.
He's still there, right?
Yes, he's still there.
Still
Yeah, him and John Petrucci never left the band. They're like pretty much,
wow.
They started the band and they would been him and the guitar player.
Okay.
You know, the singer, it's the second singer, but he's been there since they rose to fame, I guess. Okay. I got into Meshuggah lately, which I feel so like late in the party. You know, like Meshuggah is like, I've been listening to a lot of Meshuggah lately.
They fucking rule, man.
They fucking rule. I always heard about them, never got into until recently. It's interesting because I was going through a personal issue, like a breakup, and I was a little bit depressed in the beginning. And so the first few months during COVID, I was doing like what everybody else was doing, drinking all day.
Absolutely.
But then that amplified with my sadness at the time, and I don't like to be sad. I realized that I needed to fix it myself. I'm one of those people that I believe I like to be in control of my own body. Mm-hmm. So after a while, after a few months, I decided to quit drinking and to get shredded. And that's what I did. So during the pandemic era, after the first few months, I was completely sober and I was like super shredded because I was going to work. I was working out like 2-3 hours a day.
Yeah.
5 to 6 times a week. And that's what I did. Thank God, after a few months, a place here in Nashville, I'm not going to say which place, not supposed to be open, but it opened, and I got a gig there playing 4 nights a week. So I had some income again. It was a really interesting time, but I can't say I had it rough. Okay. Besides my personal issue I was going through at the time.
Sure, yeah.
You know, but like money-wise, I was not in a bad place.
That's good that you were able to still do certain things that a lot of us were not able to.
Yeah, no, I get it. It was not easy for a lot of people.
Would you encourage your kid to become a full-time musician?
Kind of try, but I don't think she wants to do it.
No, okay.
She's into musicals, and she sings. Her mom's a choreography and a singer in town. So she dances with her mom sometimes. Okay. But I like to let her choose her path. You know, I tell her all the time, I want you to do this, but that doesn't mean you have to do this professionally. I just want you to learn something. I just don't want you to stay home playing video game. Yeah, to see if she finds her own passion in that particular artistic endeavor. Yes. Okay, cool. How many bass guitars do you own? I do not 100% sure know, but I'm going to say 16, counting with the 2. I have 2 uprights. I have 2 bass synth. I have 5 main basses that I use literally all year long. Yeah. And then the other ones, the ones that I don't use anymore, which I don't even know what they are. I know they're like somewhere in the attic. I was going to ask you, do you keep them hung up on the wall or in their cases in the closet? In the case in the closet. Yeah. Yeah. So I never really counted. As a hobby, I guess I collect refrigerators, magnet. And I don't even have every single city I've been in my life because I would not fit in my house. I literally to so many places.
And this is while like you're on tour and you pick up a magnet from every city you
every city I'm going. I try to find the local not convenience store, the souvenir store. Places like Dublin, Ireland, or like Amsterdam. I mean, America, man, in Scottsdale, it's awesome.
Scottsdale, Arizona?
Yeah.
Okay.
San Diego, here in America. I like to play New York City, even though it's hard to get by around there because the city is crazy.
Yep.
But I have like places that I like to go. For example, a lot of people talk shit when I say, "Oh, I love to go play Des Moines, Iowa." Like they have Zombie Burger there.
Yeah.
I fucking love Zombie Burger. I get so excited when I go to those places. Not just that, I do take drink breaks, but when I'm not, I'm like, oh, I want to go party. And then you go party all night in Des Moines, Iowa, and then you go pay for a bill. It's super cheap. So it's like, why am I not gonna like the city?
Exactly. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Middle America.
Exactly. I was like, if I do this in Nashville, Tennessee, I'm paying like 3 times more.
Exactly.
I like Boise, Idaho. So many great breweries there. So I don't know. I have so many cities that I like.
Okay.
And for different reasons.
For different reasons.
The highlight of my life in 2025 was puking, and while I was doing parasailing with my daughter, and I puked when I was all the way in the air. She was like, "Dad, are you okay?" I was like, "Nope."
Now, were you over water?
300 feet in the air.
But you didn't get any on her, did you?
No. It actually didn't get me either because I just did this. And
was anybody below you?
I mean, the ocean. The sharks probably ate it. But it was, she was like crying and screaming, like, "Dad, are you okay? Are you okay?" It's like, "No, I'm fine. And now I'm fine because I just puked."
That is not what I expected to hear, but that's an amazing answer.
She's like 12 years old. Like, I know for a fact she's going to remember this for the rest of her life.
For sure. And she's never going to let you forget it either.
No. She brings it up once in a while. It's like my dad was like, we were like parasailing. He just puked next to me.
Who or what made you want to pick up an instrument in the first place?
My brother is the reason why I picked up the bass. And it is because he was playing acoustic guitar at the time, and our neighbor played guitar, and he had a drummer, and they said, "We need a bass player." And then they said, "Marcelo, you got to pick up the bass." And I remember saying, "It's like, what the heck is the bass?" And then he was like, "It's like a guitar, but there's 4 strings." And I was like, "Really? Cool." And then I heard the sound of the low end stuff, and that is just like I've been in love with the bass since that day.
And it stuck with you, huh?
Yeah. Early 90s, still.
Do you have any current projects in the works?
Well, since right now my touring life it's slowed down a lot, I won't be touring as much next year. I'm probably gonna start writing some more of like on the acting side too.
Okay. Screenplays,
yeah, that kind of stuff, plays.
What are some challenges you're facing in completing this project?
Well, everything that I do, I always think it's terrible.
Yeah.
So I decide just put aside, but I never throw away.
You kind of keep it to the side to see if you can improve on it later on or come back to it and...
Well, because I end up hearing stories like Will Ferrell, for example, who was like, "Oh, he had this and everybody thought it was stupid, but then boom, it was a hit. Anchorman." I think it's terrible sometimes things that I do, but what if some other people don't think it's terrible?
Yeah.
So I'm not going to throw away. I'm just going to keep it here. And maybe one day.
Okay.
So I guess I would say I'm my own worst enemy.
Now, are you writing a specific genre like comedy or drama or kind of just whatever
I do mainly
strikes you?
I do mainly drama, to be fair, because I don't know how to write comedy. when I was doing improv, I feel like I did a really decent job. And I don't know, maybe I should try.
Yeah.
Maybe that's my next project, trying to write some comedy.
What's a piece of advice you received as a child that still resonates with you today?
But the one that is stuck with me, and I said this until these days to a lot of people, if you're going to grow up and you're going to be poor, you better be charismatic because you get a lot of things. And that is true. I got away with a lot of things.
Yeah. It's great advice. All right, Marcelo, how would you describe your personality?
Very positive. I'm always in a good mood. Of course, there are days that you won't see me in a good mood. I can be annoying many times. I'm a happy drunk. Never got in a fight while I was drunk. You can trust me if you have a secret. I see life in a positive way.
Sure, yeah.
And even if something bad happened, I try to find the silver line in the bad situation. And I would say this too. If I have a problem, I don't focus on the problem. I try to find a solution. Instead of, wasting my energy. Okay, we have a problem. Okay, good. Don't worry about it. Let's fix it.
Who is a person that has influenced your life for better or worse?
People in my life that I have relationships with, not just romantic, friendship, anything, family-wise, they all had a big influence in everything. I feel like everything that I am right now, it's a combination of all my personal experiences with so many people.
Okay.
So I don't have specific ones. I feel like it's a collective thing. Because you're always learning from this person, you learn from this person, and then maybe this you can use with this, and then you just mold everything. And,
sure, yeah. You take what you can benefit from those positive experiences.
Yes.
Okay.
I guess moving to America on my own, without speaking a language, without having any money. I remember the week before I left, because I have to say I was very spoiled growing up by my mom. And I remember my dad saying, he'll be back here in a month. He can't do this on his own. And that got stuck in my head. And I feel like that was the turning point for me. And I never once looked back since that day.
Wow. Okay.
Yes. And then I decided, I got to learn this language. I got to make my life on my own. Don't want to depend on anybody else. And I would say that was the big turning point in my life.
Not everybody can do that. It takes a special kind of personality and a special kind of person to pull that off. And to stay and not go home,
No, in a different country without speaking the language. Yes, that was the first few years were a little rough. When I moved here, didn't speak any language, any English.
In English. What year was that?
2005.
Wow, man. Okay.
Yeah.
So good 20 years you've been here.
Yeah, 20 years in America. Almost half of my life.
What are you trying to achieve right now?
So I started studying recently classical double bass. For many people, double bass, it is an instrument. It's not a cello.
Okay.
People look at sometimes like, hey, you play the cello. I was like, no, I play the bass.
The stand-up bass, yeah.
Are you sure? I think it's a cello. I was like, I am sure it's not a cello. So yeah, I love when people come to me, because I usually play on stage with my artists too now.
Sure, yeah.
And sometimes it's like, oh my God, the cello was beautiful. And I was like, really? Who was playing cello? You. I was like, no, it was double bass. Are you sure? I was like, I am 100% sure.
They're telling you what instrument you're playing.
Yeah. So I started learning. I always dabble with the finger, never really studying with the bow. And then one day I woke up, I was like, I want to learn how to use the bow.
Yeah.
And then I've been studying, You know, during summertime it was hard because I was gone the whole time. You know, but now that I'm back home, I can do 3 to 4 hours a day, which is like, I feel like I'm back in my early days of playing.
Starting over and have that renewed love for it.
Yeah, and the funny thing is I'm so excited because it's a new instrument, even though it's bass, but it's completely different, the technique and everything.
Yeah.
Everything is so exciting, and you know, I work in one piece for like 2 weeks, and then I finally can do it, and I'm so excited.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, like when I learned, you know, NAB from Black Sabbath from the first time.
Yeah.
You know, that's all I did for like 6 months. Like, hey, look at what I can do.
Until you got it down, right? Yeah.
You got into it. It's like, man, I don't even want to do it anymore. but I'm back to that kind of mindset with my double bass.
We all need that when kind of like a recharge to remember what you fell in love with in the first place.
Yeah. The good thing is I'm revising a lot of things that I can apply with my electric playing too.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm revising a lot of stuff. You know, definitely my ear perception is getting better too, because since there's no frets, so you have to be using constantly your ears.
What is your long-term dream?
My long-term dream is to have a very nice house by the beach in a remote island and just be there by myself.
You and your basses.
Me and my basses. and then maybe in the summertime, my daughter can visit me.
Yeah.
And, you know, and then, yeah. The funny thing is I'm a very social person. I like to be, you know, doing things with people. I like to make people feel good. But I also enjoy just being alone by myself.
Your solitude.
Yes.
That'll be your winter home. Your island house.
You know, I don't know. Thinking maybe somewhere in Europe, somewhere in East Asia. That's one of my dreams.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. I have 4 drink of choice.
Let's hear them.
Okay, first of all, the most important one for everybody, water. It has to be spring water.
Spring water.
Yes. Well, I drink distilled water once in a while, but I prefer spring water. My second favorite drink would be coffee. I'm a coffee aficionado.
Yeah.
Kind of a snob. I have like a really expensive machine in my house, like an espresso machine. I like espresso. I have a big tower that makes cold brew. I have an AeroPress. I have Hario 60 to do like pour over. I have a mocha pot. Yes, I'm a very coffee aficionado.
So to say you're serious about coffee is an understatement. You love coffee.
I even did like a couple of times. I did a barista. Got a barista certification and everything.
Is that right? Okay.
Yes, my latte art, it's not the best, and I can show you. My latte art's not the best, but it's getting there.
Okay.
It's getting there. But my coffee usually tastes good. And I remember when I was doing the barista certification, they said, as long as it tastes good, that's all you care, because the art's gonna be gone as soon as you have a sip.
Yeah.
I was like, touche. Besides that, I love wine and I love beer.
You have a specific one?
Malbec for wine. Red
Malbec,
wine.
okay.
It has to be red wine.
Red wine, yeah.
Malbec, it's my favorite, but I do Pinot Noir sometimes. Cabernet Merlot. And for beer, I love hazy IPAs. The reason why I don't drink wine and beer all year long is because I'm getting older, and that makes me gain a lot of weight, because when I drink, I drink.
Yeah.
So the only thing that is all year long is the water and the coffee.
Absolutely. Okay.
I would say my favorite album is the album that I was like, that's it. That was the first time I learned every single song in the album, and I was like, this is it. Master of Puppets by Metallica.
Okay.
Yeah. Star Wars before Disney bought it.
Okay.
But Rogue One is an exception.
Okay.
Anything else, Disney,
Would that be the original Star Wars, 1977?
Which would be the originals. And even though the episode 1, 2, and 3, not the best comparing to 4, 5, and 6.
Okay.
But not the worst comparing to after Disney.
Okay.
And my favorite one, Empire Strikes Back. I read a lot of comics growing up, but as an adult, I read Atomic Habits.
Okay.
Is that what you call? Yeah, Habits. Atomic Habits. And it's a really interesting book. I read The Wizard of Oz, which is way cooler, the books, than the movie.
I'm not sure I was aware that it was a book.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was like, I got a hold somehow. And I was like, wait. Then I read the book like in 3 days, actually. If you haven't read The Walking Dead, it's way more brutal than the show.
Is it?
Yeah. I would say I have several guitar players that I love, but one that I feel like is underrated, and he's a star, but I feel like he should be right here. Nuno Bittencourt by Extreme. If you don't know who Extreme is, he also played for Rihanna for a long time.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yes. And he's a badass. He's so clean. His style of playing is so good.
Now, is it also true that's him playing on Black Cat by Janet Jackson?
I do not know that.
The main riff, I think that's him. Regardless, he's fantastic, of course.
He's fantastic.
He's absolutely legendary.
Yes. But I feel like he doesn't have the credit to me, he's in the Eddie Van Halen level, but he's like not in that level name-wise. Jocko. Yeah. And Cliff Burton, just because he's the one that started everything for me. Favorite drummer. And the funny thing is, drummers are my favorite because I gotta get along with them.
Sure.
He's my bass player. So I would say Adrian Flores.
Well, thank you.
I would say Danny Carey by Tool.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah.
God damn, I've seen the guy live a couple of times and I was like, but the guy from Gojira is phenomenal too. Eloy, the Brazilian kid that plays for Slipknot.
Slipknot now? Yeah.
Yeah, but also like Vini Colaiuta.
Yes.
Dennis Chambers. Dude, his hand is so fast.
Yeah.
Aaron Spears. Is that what his name? Yeah.
Yeah. Unfortunately, he passed away, didn't he? Yeah.
So
that's a great list, by the way.
Yeah, I like all those drummers. Chocolate is my guilty pleasure, for sure. Yes, unfortunately. And I guess beer too.
Yeah. Do you have any regrets?
I have several regrets, but I try to use them in a positive way.
As a learning experience?
As a learning experience. And it's like, okay, do not repeat those. Even though once in a while I repeat some of those. But I'm human. As long as I know that I'm making a mistake, I'm aware that it's a mistake. So I'm okay with that. When I don't know that I'm making a mistake, that's when it's like, oh, that's a problem. Because now I don't know.
Yeah.
You know?
As long as you're learning from them eventually.
Yes. 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 As long as I'm identifying that I was like, oh, I shouldn't have done this. You know?
Damn it, I knew better.
Yeah. Sometimes I think I do.
What's the biggest misconception about being a musician?
The biggest misconception about being a musician is that this is not a job. It is a job. You know what would drive me nuts? Mm-hmm. It's some of those people that, oh no, for real, what else you do? I was like, no, that's it.
Yeah, yeah.
They had no idea how much time and work you spend before you're on stage. That's
a big pet peeve of mine as well. Like non-musicians, they tend to just not get it.
I had no idea. Yeah. You know, I remember when I was learning a bunch of joint theater songs, so I have to play the same song, the same part for half a day, for weeks. And then it would be like my mom or someone was like, okay, I think you already got this part. Maybe you want to learn something else. But they don't get it. I was like, no, I have to be able to perform this in a month from now.
Yeah. Have you ever considered quitting music, and what made you stay?
Several times I thought about quitting, and mainly because I'm a touring musician. Maybe if I was a studio musician, maybe I wouldn't ever thought, just for being gone so much and missing so many things, like social life, for example. It crossed my mind several times, like, I gotta stop doing this. But I love it. So it's like, you know, I like to be on the road. I like to tour. I like to, you know, there's like the good and the bad, you know.
The being gone for sure is
being gone, missing things, you know, I did promise in 2018 or 17 that I would never miss my daughter's birthday again, and I never did. And
good for you.
I missed one time and I felt like shit.
Yeah.
And I was like, I can't do this ever again. So I remember one time, it was 2019, they had this NHL big TV thing party. It's like, oh, we got sketch. It's like, no, it's my daughter's birthday. And then I was like, you can't fire me. Don't care. I'm not missing my daughter's birthday. The good thing is he came over to me and said, no, I understand. That's very noble of you. Just find a sub, and that's totally fine. And then I said, moving forward, I will never miss again her birthday.
Love it, man.
Yeah. Family, always first.
Absolutely. What's something the music industry does not prepare you for?
Oh, the bullshit. The not getting paid sometimes. I feel like most of us are in here because we love what we do. Because there's a lot of bullshit involved. I don't think I can even say some of those things.
It's a lot of hurry up and wait.
Yeah. And everybody has different experience, to be honest.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't prepare when I moved to Nashville that I was disposable. You know, because there's always someone else ready to get your gig.
For sure. There's a long line.
There's a long line. So, like, you know, I remember my first major gig. I thought it was good. But nope. You know, they fire you just because their friend needs a gig. As much as I don't like that, it was a terrible feeling, but I get it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like I don't get bitter. It used to bother me when I moved here, and now it doesn't. Like nothing really bothers me, unless if I cannot hear myself on stage, that bothers me.
That's number one, right?
Yeah, well, that's the only thing that bothers me.
How do you handle burnout in the music business?
Every year when I'm touring, it started like March, April, and I'm so excited. By September, I was like, gotta get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Like, fuck this, you know? But then I started like, be grateful by everything you achieve and accomplish your life. So I started thinking about those small things. And I was like, oh yeah, fuck, it sucks to be not sleeping for 3 days, airplane, 5 a.m, play a show until 11, you know, the kind of stuff that drains your soul. But I tried to think about the positivity, and I was like, wait, you wanted to do this, you choose. You live in a place that you can choose your path, your own path. So I chose this. So stop bitching about it. That's how I kind of deal with when I'm feeling burnout.
Okay.
A little bit. I just try to go back to the good things in this business.
What does success look like to you, and has that vision changed over time?
I don't think it's buying the dream house. I don't think it's buying the dream car or fame or fortune. I think it's inside of you, how happy and how comfortable you are with yourself. That's what I see.
How has your relationship with music changed since you first started playing?
Well, when I started playing, all I cared was just about playing. And I don't know. And then when I was a teenager, and just pay me in beers and I'll be happy. Or don't even pay me at all. I just want to play. I just want to play. Because I like to play. I like to be there doing my thing. Well, since I became an adult, I realized it's also a business. So I would say me, 20 something years ago, didn't care about anything. Now I got to think like, oh shit, I got bills to pay. As a passion, but it's also a business too. Yes, I guess I would say that's the biggest difference from day one to now. Okay. I see it as a business too.
Yep. If you could speak to your younger self, just starting out in music, what would you say?
Don't be so stubborn. Don't be a rebel. You know, listen to what those guys are telling you and don't think they're trying to do just to pick on you, because that's how I used to feel like back in the day. They were picking on me and they actually trying to help me, which I would just tell them to fuck off.
It's hard not to take criticism personal when you're starting out or when you're just getting into it.
Which is, it's something that if I could go back in time and see myself, I was like, nope, listen to those guys, and which I didn't. But like I said, I can only move forward. Mm-hmm. I cannot go back, so I still have time to fix those things.
Good, man.
Yeah.
Marcelo, that was the last question, man.
Rock and roll, baby.
Thank you very much for your time.
Yeah.
Thanks for being here.
Dude, as long as my hair looks good.
It looks fantastic.
Good.
That's a wrap.
There we go. Dude, thanks for having me.
That was a lot of fun, man.
Yeah,
absolutely, brother.
Oh, this is on?
Okay, I just turned it off.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, I was like, are you kidding me? All right, I forgot where I was. At the same time, I'm listening to Morgan Wallen. No, that's not true. Not Morgan Wallen. Actually, I have to listen to Morgan Wallen because I have to learn his songs all the time.
I think that's a lot of us. We have to listen to him, give him the spins.
I mean, I feel like I know all
his streaming spins just because we have to learn it.
We have to learn so many of his songs. Dude, I'm having a good time.